Everybody wants to be self-employed, but everybody's not willing to do what it takes to be self-employed. Everybody wants to make $500 a day, but everybody's not willing to do what it takes to make $500 a day. Everybody wants to have the freedom of being self-employed, but everybody doesn't have the self-discipline it takes to do that. You know? Another video from the other day is not, you know, typical. Well, it's not normal. I don't normally get into, you know, something. It ain't something I do on the reg, put it that way. So, you know, getting into other people's business like that, you know, and I wouldn't even be in, you know, I'm kind of conflicted about it. I mean, it really, at the end of the day, to be perfectly honest, you know, I mean, I'm a self-realist, you know. It really ain't none of my business, right? It really is not. But, you know, I like to think that, you know, a friend of mine, you know, as good as a friend as you can be on YouTube, you know, and, you know, you know, Mikey come into the comments on my video saying that he was going to pay him back, you know, and, you know, I mean, so at the end of the day, you know, I didn't initiate that, you know, though I did kind of maybe overstepped my boundary, I'll admit, you know. But I just want Mikey to do the right thing, and I'm trying to get him to see that do the right thing and good things happen for you. You don't do the right thing, bad things happen for you. But the biggest thing is do what you say you're gonna do, you know. That's all, you know, and it ain't my place, you know, but I'm trying to help brother out, man, you know. I mean, at the end of the day. So I had a couple people come in the comments, you know, saying, you know, it ain't, you know, it ain't my business and blah blah blah, and you're right to a certain degree, you know, but I'm just trying to help them out, man. You know, and if those kind of things are not exposed, and the next thing you know, folks will be getting money from here and there and here. Next thing you know, they'll owe, you know, 20 people and not be accountable for nothing. You know, one thing that YouTube's going to do, if you own here and everything, is it's going to make you accountable. You know, you have to be accountable. You know, you can't come in the comments on a public video saying you're going to do this, and that, and then when that don't happen, nobody say anything. See, at the end of the day, and I've talked to Mark about this too, at the end of the day, you know, nobody would have ever known Mikey's business had Mikey paid the man back like he was, you know, like they had agreed. All right, so I get where all you guys are coming from, okay? You know, that's the bad thing about YouTube, y'all, is it's hard for a guy like me, you know, to knowingly stand by and watch somebody else, you know, do knucklehead stuff, you know, especially when it comes to borrowing money and all, you know. It's one thing to give somebody money, you know, or to do a super chat or you know, donate to the channel or whatever. But to give somebody money or loan somebody money for their own personal stuff, well, I mean, you know, I guess if people want to do that, they can, you know. I mean, I'll super chat somebody if I feel like it or something like that. But I'm not loaning no money, you know, or giving no money to perfectly able-bodied people. So there's that too, you know. We all fall on hard times, you know, and, you know, but when we fall on hard times, we need to remember that when the times are good. You know, Mikey was saying something about his, you know, and this is all stuff that he said to me. I would never know any of this stuff. Mikey said in the comments that, you know, his truck got repossessed and his mower got repossessed. I don't see how, I mean, how far behind on a truck payment or a mower payment you got to be before they'll repossess it? I mean, that's, you know, I mean, that's bad. You know, that's way behind. You know, I've never had a vehicle repossessed from me. Knock on wood, you never know, it could happen. But I know they don't come after, you know, to take your vehicle after 30 days. You know, you got to be pretty far behind in order for them to repossess it. You know, I mean, we talk all the time on here, you know, me, I damn near preach about it all the time. You got to be smart with your money. Don't sign up for a freaking loan that's 20% interest where you can't make the payment. You know, build yourself up to where you can pay cash. I paid cash, y'all, for everything for the first 5 years. After I was in the game about 5 years, my father-in-law approached me about borrowing some money to upgrade my equipment. You know, he came to me. You know, I wasn't broke and I wasn't behind on money. I didn't know anybody. I'm not behind on my mortgage. You know, I had a truck that was fixing to go. You know, I couldn't really grow any further. And, you know, it was going to take me a lot longer. So my father-in-law and his wife approached me and asked me if I wanted to get me a mower through their company. And that's, and you guys know, you know, you guys follow the channel, y'all know the story. So, you know, but I was in it 5 years before that ever happened. 5 years, you know, of not getting a dime from anybody, just to grind, to struggle, and doing all the things like y'all saw in the video a couple weeks ago, where I was, you know, a couple thousand here, a couple thousand there, but I was using my body, my labor, and, you know, you can't do that forever. So I know what it's like to struggle. You know, I know y'all see the, you know, the business now and think that, well, you don't have to struggle for nothing. But it was not easy getting here, and I'm not where I want to be, like I always say. But you got to be smart with your money. I like there are things that people do, and I don't do them, and, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't do. There are certain things that some people do that I don't do. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It ain't for me, for sure. For instance, I don't borrow money against my truck title or car title or anything. I've never been to a title pawn shop, because those places like that, and places that are, you know, side of the road, where they, you know, where you buying a vehicle or whatever, they're designed for you to fail. They're not designed for you to succeed. You know, I mean, if I pawn my truck title for, I don't know, $500 or whatever, then they would like nothing more than for me to renege on that and them get either a substantial interest and late fees or the truck. Same way with a mower or everything. So I've never done that. I've never borrowed money against something. I'll weigh my options and, you know, try to figure something out. I don't do that. you know. And that, you know, we can say, well, my truck got repossessed. Well, there's a reason why your truck got repossessed. We can say my mower got repossessed. We can say, you know, there's usually a reason behind all these things, and a lot of it ain't the fact that you didn't pay, although that is the deciding factor. A lot of it is the fact that you may have signed up for something that's outside of what you can really do. And that's going back to being smart with your money and being smart with what you say you're going to do. You know, I would never sign a truck payment where, you know, the interest is, you know, out of this world just so I can get the truck when I'm not sure how my finances are doing, or how my health is doing, or how blah, blah, blah. So when you're in the summertime and you're making bank money, you got to be smart with that money, man, because, you know, because you might not make nothing in the wintertime. Something might happen. You might get hurt. I mean, all these things. I mean, I could pull out right here and somebody could hit me and I could be down for 6 months, you know, and all my bills are still coming in, you know. I mean, if you're a lawn care guy and your truck got repossessed, that's bad, dude. I mean, that's bad. Are you sure you're a lawn care pro? Because if you've been doing this kind of thing for any period of time, those are the kind of things that shouldn't happen. When those kind of things happen or are about to happen, you know, that tells me that either a major catastrophe happened, you know, or you're not smart with money, that's obvious, or you need to go get a job. That's what it sounds like to me. Everybody's not built for self-employment. Everybody's not built to go out and make, you know, $300 or $400 a day and then do right with that money. You know, that's a fact, y'all. And so just because one other person fails or succeeds doesn't mean that you will or won't, you know. And that's the reality of it, you know. You can't set yourself up for failure. And what I mean by that is signing high interest loans. You know, I would have never got that skag if I'd have had to pay interest on it, dude. Never. I would have never got it because I didn't need it. I mean, you know, I didn't need it bad enough to pay interest on it. But in the summertime, when I'm making, you know, $500, $600, $700, $800 a day, every day, you know, when I'm making money like that every day, then I'm trying to figure out, you know, what are you doing with your money if you're falling behind on everything, you know? Of course, nobody makes no money in September, October, November, December, January, and February. Of course, the business is slacking then. Of course, we all know that. We all know that, so in tune with that we prepare our finances in a way to where we know that's coming. The winter's coming, y'all. Every year the winter is coming. And every year the work is going to drop off. Every year. You know? It doesn't matter what year it is. I mean, you can go from making $600 a day to making zero for 2 weeks. And you got to prepare your finances. You know? My truck getting repossessed, that is bad because that tells me I'm behind. Way behind. I'm not just 30 days behind. I'm probably 60 or 90 days behind. Then that's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. That's avoidable. You know, I think that's avoidable. So, you know, or somewhat avoidable. You got to manage your money and your time in a way to where you can live on what you make. and you slowly but surely step up. Slowly but surely step up. And me and Mikey has had conversations over the course of the last couple of years, you know, where we talked about equipment and him upgrading the equipment and all of that, you know. These are the kind of things that happen when you don't invest in your business, because you still are not able to do the properties any faster than what you could 5 years ago. And if that's the case, then your expenses are going up, but your money ain't, and your time ain't, you know. And that goes back to investing in equipment or your business. Sure, you can make it on any lawnmower, really. You can make it, but you're not going to excel. You're not going to be going out buying new trucks and stuff if you got equipment that can't be efficient or can't do the properties fast enough for you to do more properties, you know. And I know I sound like, well, damn, Ray, you just dogging everybody out that ain't got big boy equipment. No, I'm not really. I know what it takes to make good money out here. And commercial line and commercial equipment is what it takes to make good money and to keep everything rolling in a progressive, step up way. If I still had the mowers that I had in 2006 or 7, 8 when I started my business, I would still be doing the kind of yards that I was doing then, making the kind of money I was making then. You know, if you don't, I mean, I might get out there with my tractor mower or my homeowner zero turn mower, and I might be able to make $300 in a day or whatever, you know. But I'm not going to be able to make that every day all the time. I might be able to make $400, $500, $600 in a day. But I'm not going to be able to make that every day all the time, because the mower's not going to be efficient enough for me to do that. You know, when you're in this game and you have major financial problems like what I'm seeing here, you ain't doing something right. And if I were in that same situation, I would be looking in the mirror saying, what the hell am I doing wrong? I'm an honest dude. I'm working hard. I'm striving to be all I can be. What am I doing wrong to where they're coming to get my freaking truck and lawnmower? Something's up. You know, and I'm not anybody, you know, that's educated in finances or anything, y'all. I'm not. I mean, hell, I don't know, you know, I don't know nothing. But I've learned a lot, and I pay attention to the ebbs and flows of the work and the season and how things roll. And I save my money. At the end of the day, it's about saving your freaking money, man. Quit blowing it on shit that don't matter. Quit giving it away to people on YouTube or whatever, if that's what you're doing. You know, and I'm not talking to Mikey, I'm just talking about in general. Yeah, quit giving your money away. Quit donating money when you ain't got the money to donate. You know? Don't cut your own, don't cut your own throat. You know? You got to get yourself right before you can really help anybody else. You know? It goes all the way back. It seems like everything, y'all, don't it? It seems like everything goes all the way back to being smart with your money. The good and the bad. Right? You know, be smart with your money. Strategically buy equipment to step up. Each time you buy a piece of equipment, step up. You go from a push mower to a tractor mower to a zero turn residential mower to a walk behind commercial mower to a Z-turn commercial mower to 2 Z-turn commercial mowers, and so on. You know, And that's the flow, that if you're going to do this for a living, man, this is what your life is. This is what your whole being is about. This is what you're going to be doing as an occupation full time to make a living for you and your family. You got to invest in it. You know, you got to invest money. You can't make good money if you ain't got good equipment. You can make it, but you can't make good money. You can make okay, you know, but you can't excel. You got to take a chance and, you know, and buy good equipment. It baffles the hell out of me, and I don't know, I'm down here in Georgia, I don't really know how it works, but it baffles the hell out of me how somebody's going to repossess my $3,000 lawnmower. Nothing wrong with having a $3,000 lawnmower, but damn, what are you doing with your money? That's what I have to ask. And this is all not directed at Mikey. This is just me talking in general. I'm not coming down on Mikey. I like Mikey, you know, I do. But what you doing? But you know, to repossess my $3,000 lawnmower? I mean, damn. If it was a $15,000 lawnmower and you owed 10 on it, well, I could see them coming and getting that, because that's worth something. Them repossessing a $3,000 lawnmower that has been used and abused, hell, that's more trouble than what it's worth. And if you're not making enough money out here during the summer months, the 4 months or so of summer, the 4 months, I'm not talking about September, October, November, December. I'm talking about April through August. That's what I'm talking about. If you're not making enough money to pay off your equipment or make the payments on your equipment, the goal is to pay the equipment off. That's the goal. You know, well, that's not everybody's goal, but that needs to be Mikey's goal. Now I am talking directly at Mikey. His goal needs to be to pay them mowers off, just like mine was in the very beginning. My goals in the very beginning was, well, I got to pay cash for the mower. You know, if I did any financing on a lawnmower, it was I put some of it on a Home Depot card or whatever. You know, but they wasn't coming to take the mower if I didn't make a payment. Who does that? I've never even heard of that, dude. Not on a residential mower. Not on a $3,000 lawnmower that's been used commercially. No way. I mean, I've never heard of that, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments if that's what if y'all have heard of that. I've never heard of that. Now, I've heard of them coming and taking your truck. But if you ain't got no truck, you out of business. I mean, I don't know any lawn care guys that don't have a truck and are successful. I don't. So, but at the end of the day, I like Mikey. You know, if you're if you're in business for yourself, though, you got to be able to manage your money. You got to be able to hold on to $1, and you got to be thinking about not only hold on to $1, but don't sign up for things that'll put you in a bad spot. You know, if they'd have came at me when I bought this truck, if they'd have came at me and said, okay, you and by the way, this is the only truck in my life, the only vehicle in my life, y'all, that I've ever financed. So you can't tell me, well, you don't know what it's like not to be able to go. I can tell you, because I I was 49 years old or 50 years old before I got my first make payment truck, where I'm having to make payments on the truck. So every vehicle I've had up to this point, I pay cash for. And that's a fact. Of course, I didn't have nice trucks either, you know. But that was the price I paid for not knowing how to handle my business, and not knowing how to well, it just wasn't that important to me until I got self-employed and I started seeing, okay, well, a truck's a big deal. A truck is everything. So at the end of the day, you know, to be in self-employed, you know, I mean, everybody don't have to be self-employed. Everybody's not built for this, you know. But I would have never signed a loan document when I got this truck if they had came at me talking about the interest was, you know, 8 or 9% or some crazy shit like that. Never. I would have never done it, you know. I think the interest on this truck, and I don't hold me hardcore to this, but I think it's around 3%. I think, you know, I don't know exactly. I know what the payment is, and the payment is like, what's the payment on this truck? It's like $500 a month, $502, $505, something like that. But I don't worry about it, because when I signed the documents for this truck, I had a year's worth of payments already in the bank, ready. And I know everybody's not gonna have that, and I know there are things that can happen, man, you know. But if you're prone to get sick, or prone to have major illnesses, you know, where it puts your finances in a place to where you can't even maintain your place of living or your truck and mower, then you probably shouldn't be out here in this game. You probably shouldn't be, because in this game, if I was sick now, in the very beginning, if I've been sick, where, I mean, I don't think I've ever been so freaking sick that I couldn't go make $1 or $2. Yeah, I've been sick. I've had pneumonia, the flu, all that shit out here. You know, I remember I had a cast on my ankle. I had a knee brace on, but I was still out here. I've been sick a lot out here, but I never was sick to the point of where I was taking, you know, a month off. I mean, that don't even jive, you know. You got to look at how serious you are about being in business. You know, I'm serious about my business. I am. And you guys that follow the channel, y'all know I'm serious about it when it comes out, when it's out here, when it comes to being out here, spending my money to make money and trying to come up. You know, I'm serious about it. I'm serious about keeping my expenses down. I'm serious about keeping my my bills paid and the like. It's all serious to me. I don't know what kind of illness it would take to put me down to where I lost everything. I mean, I don't know. But it could happen, I'm sure. You could have a heart attack. You could, there's a lot that can happen out here. But you know, you got to try to take care of yourself. You got to try to eat right. You got to try to sleep good. You got to, there's a lot of little things that a lot of people may not do. I eat right, I sleep right, and I try to live right. I do the best I can. And I don't, and I don't have money problems. Since I've been in business, I have had money problems in the very, very, very beginning. Because, well, I didn't have a job and I was living on the land, and I was trying to learn how to manage the daily money and all of that. You have to learn how to do these things. You have to pay attention to what you're doing, if you want to be self-employed. So there's a lot that you have to go through to really make it out here. And if my truck got repossessed in November or whatever, just say my truck's never been repossessed, knock on wood. If my truck got repossessed in November, then that tells me I wasn't doing right with my money all through the summer. I should have been able to make enough money during the summer to pay off something, truck, mower, or something. I don't know. That's just me. I'm just me talking about life. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just talking about life and about being self-employed and how I make it. Shane over at DLT did a video the other day, or yesterday, or whenever, and he was talking about some of the things that he used to do to categorize his bills, and to put this much money here, this much money there, this much money here, this much money there. And that's a great idea. It is, until you run up on somebody that ain't self-disciplined with their money, because then those little envelopes that Shane was showing everybody, people start pulling a 20 out of here and a 20 out of there. Because why? Because they're not disciplined. They're not able to hold that money. That's why we have banks. Put the money in the bank. I'm the same way. If I had a stack of cash in my desk drawer, then I'm probably going to spend more of it than if I didn't have that stack of cash in the desk drawer. That's just me. I'm disciplined with money to a fault. So much so that I know better than to try to keep a stack of cash at the house. I know better. Because I'm a realist. And I know better. Yeah, I could probably hold money as good as anybody, but I know, even though I know that I'll spend more money if I got available cash in my pocket, or at my house or whatever. I don't keep no cash. Never. I never have cash. Never. Unless I'm finna go buy something. And what I've learned that does is that makes it where you don't spend as much money. And if your finances are to a point where you can't even get a bank account this time, at this day and age, and you can't have a debit card at this day and age, well, you might need to reassess your whole financial portfolio. Because it's pretty easy to get a bank account. You can go to a bank with $300 or $400 or $100 or whatever and get a bank account. Everybody's got a debit card. So if you're looking at this video and you're saying, damn, I don't even have a bank account, I would ask you why you don't have a bank account. That's what I would do. I would ask you why. And then when you ask yourself, well, why don't I have a bank account where I got a debit card? you'll probably find that there's a reason why you don't. And it ain't my business, it's your business, but probably a reason why. Whether it be your belief that the banking system's trying to beat you, or your credit's so screwed up you can't get a bank account. If your credit is so screwed up that you can't get a bank account, you need to really work on all, you need to get a 9-to-5 and work on all that before you come out here and be self-employed. You need to go on and get a 9-to-5 where you can get some of your finances in order before you come out here expecting to live on the land. Because if you're expecting to live on the land and your credit is terrible and it's so bad to the point of where they're repossessing your stuff and they are, yeah, and you can't get a bank account, then that tells me a lot right there. Not the bad's good or the bad. That tells me you got some work to do before you become self-employed. That's what that tells me. We've all been there. My credit was not always what it is now, but it was something I strived to get better at because I knew I was going to need it. I knew it. So before I started my business, while I was working my other job, I was trying to figure all that out, man. What can I do to get my credit score up? And it still took me 5 years before I could, it took me longer than that before I could sign my name. So don't get caught up in, well, they repossessed my truck, so I'm down and out. Look at why they did that. Look at why you were in that spot to begin with. And I know this video is all over the place, and and I'm not singling anybody out. I'm really talking just in general terms. Looking at guys on YouTube, 9 times out of 10, there was a struggle to get to where they got, to where they're at. It was for me. And something could happen today to destroy all of that. I could have a major wreck just driving down the road. It can happen to anybody. That's why when you are up, you got to take care of stuff. Put something back. Save something for a rainy day. All those things. I'm just saying, y'all. All right, y'all. So I'm going over here to look at this tree job. I'm finna put some gas in the truck, and we're gonna go from there. I'll get some video when I get over here, y'all. Peace out.